Hey guys, Dr. Frank here, the founder of Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching Programs. And in today's brief video, I want to take some time and provide some advice for those of you who have quit smoking weed, quit vaping, quit watching porn for more than 2 weeks. I was reading through the comments and we have a lot of people in our Addiction Mindset community who are at that point. So I want to give you guys some good content. Now, for those of you who are still struggling to quit, at the end of this video, I'm going to give you one really important tip about quitting these addictions that's going to help you out. Here at Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching, we help people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and pornography. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you find today's video valuable. Okay, right off the bat, one of the things that I want you to keep in mind if you're 2 weeks sober, 3 weeks sober, 4 weeks sober, a month sober, a year sober, is I want you to remember those first 3 days when you quit that addiction. For many people, whether it's quitting nicotine products or quitting weed products, whatever the drug or substance may be, those first 3 days, those first 5 days, that first month, it might have been challenging. And some people will say it was one of the hardest things they've ever done in their life. And I want you to keep that in mind, because what's going to happen is you're going to come to a point where you're starting to feel really, really good again. Maybe it's after 2 weeks of sobriety. Maybe it's after 2 months of sobriety. Maybe it's after 2 years of sobriety. But you're going to hit a point where you feel good. And you're going to forget how bad that all felt. You're going to forget how bad that addiction was. You're going to forget how much those withdrawals sucked. And that addictive voice, because addiction is a lifelong condition, it's going to come back at some point, at some time. It's going to come back and it's going to say to you, hey, just one more time. Hey, 20 years from now, let's say you've been sober. Let's try this again. Let's see if it's different this time. You've been sober long enough. And what I need you to remember in that moment is no, that was hell. Addiction is hell. Addiction is making a deal with the devil. Addiction is making a deal where you're sacrificing your time, your energy, your motivation, your money, your relationships, your financial health, your physical health, your mental health, all of it. It's a deal with the devil. And it's not a deal that you ever want to make again. And I don't want you to forget that, because I can't tell you how many countless times I relapsed because I simply forgot. I forgot what it was like to be in that struggle. I forgot how painful those withdrawals were. There are so many other things that I would rather be doing with my life than going through withdrawals, than constantly battling an active addiction. There are so many more other opportunities that life has to offer once you're in your sobriety and recovery process. And I don't want you guys to forget how much that sucked, because if you forget, you might go back to it. Tip number 2, you worked hard. You put in so much hard work to get past those first 3 days, to get past those first 3 weeks, to get past that first year, to get past the first 20 years of recovery and sobriety. You put in so much effort. And you haven't only put effort into your recovery, but chances are you've been putting effort into other parts of your life, into your physical health, into your athletics, into your schooling, into your career, into your relationship, into your faith. You've put in so much hard work. You have worked so hard. And I don't want you to sacrifice that. Because remember, if you go back to addiction, you're not only sacrificing having to do the withdrawals again and all the hard work that you put in to beat those withdrawals and overcome them, but you're sacrificing all the hard work that you put into all these other areas of your life. Which brings me to my third tip. When you are after your first 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, first year, when you're getting deeper and deeper into your recovery, one of the things that I want you to focus on doing is building a life for yourself in which addiction is no longer conducive. I want you to build and create an environment that doesn't allow for relapse, an environment that addiction no longer fits into. right? I think I've gone to an extreme example of that. I've literally built a career in which I work with people helping them quit addictions. If you want to work with our offices, feel free to reach out, link in the description below. But I want you guys to immerse yourself in your hobbies. I want you guys to immerse yourself in reconnecting with broken relationships. I want you guys in a healthy way to immerse yourself in your careers, in your faith, and things that you actually care about in life. And the more you do that, the more fail-safes you're going to have in place to prevent you from going back to that addiction. I would have to tear down so many things to go back at this point in my life. And I set up all of these things purposely to just continue moving my life forward, minimizing my risk of taking a step backwards. I know it could happen at any given moment, and I hope it doesn't, but I would like to think that I've put in so much work and so much effort, and that continued work and effort, that that's not going to happen. So those are my 3 major tips for those of you guys that have already quit an addiction. Now, for those of you who are sitting here saying, look, man, I haven't quit yet. I haven't got through those first 3 days. I have a tip for you. Today is the day that you can quit. Right now, at the end of this video, there is one thing that you have to do. I want you to stop watching my videos. I want you to stop watching things. I want you to stop consuming, and I want you to start acting. There's nothing more that you need to do. There's no more videos that you need to watch. There's no more free courses or paid courses that you need to buy. You simply need to take action. What is it, Nike? Just do it. That is the only thing that's left for you to do. But the more you sit here and the longer you reminisce and the longer you try and plan and try and make this perfect, the more you're going to prolong your recovery and sobriety process. And I'm here to tell you, there's no need to. You have every tool, every quality, every trait. You have every support group. You have everything you need to make this happen. It's just a matter of doing it. So if you haven't quit yet, I want you to drop today's date, and I want you to drop the time that you're watching this video, and let me know, today's the day I'm going to make this happen. I'll be back in a week, Dr. Frank. I'll be back in 2 weeks, Frank, and I'll let you know how my journey's going. Stop consuming. You've had enough. Start doing. That's my crucial advice for those of you that haven't quit. Guys, I had a blast making this video. These are my favorite types of videos to make. These are my favorite types of conversations to have. For those of you that do need some more help, or for those of you that need help managing cravings, follow me into my next video where I talk about the STOP method, a method I use to help manage cravings. I'll see you guys there.